Welcome to Healing in Motion, a podcast brought to you by Healing Solutions Physical Therapy. I'm Dr. Julie Booth, owner and physical therapist.
And I'm Ashley Hayden, your master massage therapist and assisted stretch specialist.
This is Miss Tressa Jean is joining us today. She is the woman behind the camera. So Tressa Jean, tell us a little bit more about your company.
So I am the owner of Pandesa Media. My company is focusing on helping small business owners like you guys capture media with a purpose so they can post with a purpose.
I love that. And I love how you just make our podcast come alive for us.
Aw, thank you.
You really do.
Honestly, we couldn't have this podcast without you. You may have heard in Miss Ashley's title, she's talking about how she now is a stretch specialist.
Yeah.
So we want to share with you viewers a little bit more about what it is, who can benefit from it, and how you can move better, feel better from getting assisted stretching.
So what questions do you have for me?
What should your clients expect when they come into a session?
When you first come in and we first make that initial contact, make that first initial appointment, you are going to be sent an intake form because I like to know what you're coming in for. What you feel like is bothering you the most, tension, stiff, whatever you feel like your problem is, I like to know about it. Obviously, insight beforehand, so that way I can prepare for what our session is going to look like. So then I usually send out an email as well. You'll get a reminder email letting you know to come in at least like 5 to 10 minutes early, especially to first sessions, just so you can figure out where you're going and we can chit chat a little bit beforehand, because whatever your tension and problem is normally, it could be different that day.
I just drove to Kansas City, and now instead of my legs, it's all in my neck.
Yeah, right.
Absolutely.
So another question, how often should people come and get assisted stretching to
That's
benefit?
a little bit of a loaded question, but only because everybody's different. Everybody's body reacts different, takes to the stretching different. Some people can have longer lasting results depending on where they are in their either stretch life or workout life or strength life. It depends on your mobility and flexibility. I would like to see somebody once a month, 2 times a month, or even once a week. That would be ideal to get us the results that we need, because that's going to keep us consistent and honest and keep them coming in and the accountability, and we're not forgetting things that we're being sent home with, like stretches or things that are helping.
Oh, I love that. Did you have another question?
I
Go
do.
ahead. Yeah.
How long are the sessions?
You can either expect 25-minute sessions. That's going to be more targeted area versus a 50-minute. We're going to get a whole body. We're going to have time for a full body.
Okay.
I guess when they're signing up, they can pick if they're
Yes.
wanting a shorter session or a longer session. And so that's kind of cue you in on what to
Yes.
focus in on.
Also, when you're signing up, which you can do online at healingks.com, there is a notes area and section. It'll kind of pop up on the side, and you can type in there, leave me a message. Hey, I want to work on this today. Hey, this is what's bothering me. So I leave it open for every session that you do book, that you can let me know what's going on and what you want to work on.
Oh, I love that. Would you say, going back to PNF, because
Sure.
that's what you incorporate quite
Yes.
a bit, would you agree?
Yeah.
So would you say that you do more contract, relax, or hold, relax?
I do more contract, relax. 3-second contract, resistance, meaning you're applying, like say if we're stretching the hamstrings and I have your leg essentially up and it's on my shoulder, you're going to push your leg, your ankle into my shoulder to contract that hamstring. And we're going to hold it for 3 seconds, and then we're going to relax for about 7 to 10. And we're going to do that at least 3 times through.
Okay. Gives that muscle a little bit of time to reset.
Yes.
With that rest period. Do you ever push them into a stretch when they're resting?
So what I do, we do the contract for 3 seconds and then relax for 7 seconds. Then I push them a little bit deeper and we do it again.
That makes sense.
Then we push a little bit deeper if we're able to. And then we do it again. Contract, relax.
Yeah, that's exactly how I incorporate it as well. In the PT world, it's the same thing. PNF is PNF. And
There
so,
are times
yeah.
when people are feeling a little, they'll let me know if I'm feeling pinchy, if I'm feeling pain, if I'm feeling a little bit uncomfortable with this, then I will kind of take them out of it, shake their leg out a little bit, shake their arm out a little bit. It just kind of depends on the flow of the session.
Do you usually do one, like if we're focusing on lower body, do you do first right side and then left side, or do you just alternate side to side?
So as of right now, flow has been, I will work in sections of, if I'm working on the hamstrings on one side, then I will go to the hamstring on the other side. That way people feel balanced and don't feel
Yes.
super imbalanced. I feel like doing it the other way It's just not a flow for me. If that's something that somebody else does for stretching, whatever works for you is what works for you. For other assisted stretching stretch specialists out there, whatever your flow is, whatever you like, whatever works for you, you do that completely. I just prefer to keep it balanced so people can actually see and kind of feel the imbalance on one side versus the other.
I absolutely love that you say that because that's exactly what I do. We did not talk about this beforehand.
no.
And so, I mean, constant education, communication
Yep.
is really a big part of what physical therapy is about too.
Yes.
As much as, the assisted stretching. And so you are making sure they understand their body, what their body's telling them. And so when you feel something, I'm sure you like to check in and say, hey, do you feel that? Because I do that all the time. Hey, do you feel it?
All the time. It's constant communication. You
Yep.
want to be in communication with your client because
Yep.
I need to know if you're feeling this or not. I need to know if there's pain with this or is it just tension? Are we uncomfortable or are we hurting? Just because there's such big differences between the two. And I need to know, is your body telling me to stop or is it just telling me this is where we're tight and where we need to work?
Absolutely.
yep.
I love that.
Exciting.
Any other questions, Tressa?
Why would someone choose assisted stretching instead of stretching on their own?
Yeah, absolutely. So people that choose assisted stretching because people tend to hold tension. So when they're stretching on their own, they're also trying to fight their own imbalances. You're fighting your own balance. So assisted stretching is having somebody walk you through it so your body can fully let go so we can have an effective stretch. Yes.
Effective.
And it's deeper, safer stretches. And it's also, we're targeting the right areas. We're targeting the correct areas. You're not, like I said earlier, there's no guesswork.
I like that. You brought up earlier that you don't go towards the pain. I know several times when I stretched in the past, I would go to the pain.
Yeah.
So why is that bad?
Because that is literally signals from your body telling you no. It's a gentle reminder letting you know that's too far, that's too much for me. I can't handle that. It's too much load for that muscle. We need to contract and relax first. We need to do some PNF work. We need to maybe flexibility stretch in another way. We need to go at it at a different angle. So it's just a gentle reminder for your body. It's just telling you no.
It just brought me back to one of the first podcasts we filmed was no
Yeah.
pain, no
No
gain. Not true. And that you should really just listen to your body. If you haven't seen that episode, go watch it because it's fantastic. So much information, but that brought me back to that. So
Seriously, it applies to everything. It applies to massage, stretching, working out, everywhere in your life. If there is pain, then that is your body telling you no. We got to listen to it. We have to take a step back and reassess, reevaluate, and figure out the why.
We need to start listening to our bodies better. It's really all in all what it comes down to.
Oh, yeah.
And once we start to tap in, tune in, and start listening to our bodies, we can be a little bit more proactive instead of reactive.
And so when you hire professionals that already understand that, we can learn from you to listen to our bodies better.
Yes.
And that's amazing because I'm not good at listening to my body. So
Well,
thank
that
you
is-
guys.
and we can create that environment to have your nervous system calm down so you can listen to it. It's hard to hear your body when you're always on the go constantly. How can you listen to something? It's like somebody talking to you and you're also blasting music. Can you hear that person talking to you if you're blasting the music? The music is us always on the go. We're always moving. We're not stopping. We're not slowing down. So we don't have time to hear our body whisper at us and say, hey, I don't feel right. I'm in pain. So you get those little warning signs.
Don't listen
if
to
you're
it for a year.
Yeah, yeah. But it takes time. But if you don't feel safe, comfortable, if your nervous system isn't able to calm down or you're not able to slow down and take a few deep breaths, because we always need to do that, deep belly breathing,
Yep.
no matter where you are in life, you can't listen to it.
Well said.
We should
Well said.
start having belly breathing in every single episode just to remind your listeners to do the deep breathing because I think that would be awesome.
Miss Ashley, would you mind showing us a few demonstrations just to give the viewers a little idea what to expect?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to.
Awesome. Let's do it.
All right, so first, if we're gonna work the lower half, have you lay down, something underneath your head if you want, usually just a bolster or a pillow. But a lot of what I like to do when I first start off is I like to just give gentle touches so that way you understand where my touch is coming from and you can feel a little bit safer, more relaxed. Hands underneath ankles. Before I do anything, I like to follow the breath of my client. Mirror yours so I know when it is correct and right time to take you into the stretch. So I will do some gentle pulls, keeping my arms straight. I'm hinging and I'm leaning back, and it's just the gentlest pull Do some swings with it because we want to get the body used to what I'm doing. And some ankle rolls. Always paying attention because you do not help. And if they try and help, I will wiggle. That is my natural way of letting your body know, let go. I got this. We naturally just want to help, especially it's our body. We naturally want to help with whatever somebody's doing to us. And it's that whole surrendering control. All right, so to give you a little bit about what it means to do PNF and to contract and relax, we're going to go into a hamstring stretch. It is a simple one. I will grab below the ankle, above the knee, and I will gently guide client up, and we'll see how far it likes to go. It is a slow process. You have to figure out where it's going. And you can go pretty far. Knee starts bending right here. Right here is where knee starts bending. So then I will put leg up here. And I'm a little shorty, so her leg is gonna be here. Usually I put the ankle on, but I'm short. So I'll get under here. I will hold here, and I will ask the client to push into my shoulder. And we're gonna do it for a 3-second count. So I'll tap you and then let you know to kind of push in for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3, and relax.
How much pressure do you like them to push?
You know, for pressure, how much we like to push, that's kind of person dependent too. I do like to give them a good, obviously we're not going to get 100% from this angle. And I wish I had a good percentage for you. I say at least 30 to 40. And if we can do more, absolutely. If not, it's pain tolerance as well. 2, 3, and relax. And like I said, that 7 to 10 seconds of, I'm kind of moving the leg. Sometimes I'll even gentle little massage in there. I want people to feel comfortable, feel safe. And then we'll a little bit further and push. 1, 2, 3, and relax. So by doing that, that let us go a little bit further. We kind of stopped in this range and we were to go a little bit further. I understand it's not maybe the biggest results people may see, but sometimes taking it a little bit further, being able to get that deeper stretch can help out a lot. And then I wiggle them out. I do some things that Miss Julie does, and she's gonna stop helping. But it's
Exactly what motions you're going.
yes, I know. So she knows where I'm trying to go, and she wants to help. But really, this is to come out of that stretch and for the muscle to feel that it's coming out of that stretch and for it to not be thinking in overload and what's happening. It gives it a break. And then we will straighten out and we will go back up and we will see that she was able to take this a lot further than what she was originally. We are like, boom, we're good.
And actually, I could feel less strain on the muscle
Okay.
after
Yes.
you went through the mobility of the hip
Yeah.
and kind of allowed the muscle to reset.
Yes.
I felt like I could go further, and I didn't even feel anything.
And I was going to say that I felt like I could take it further, but that hypermobility, I am not. We are going to stop because I don't want your muscle, or I don't want those joints to say, yeah, we can go further, but then your muscles say, no, we can't. So kind of same thing on this side. You're able to get a little bit further over here. We start bending. I seen your knee kind of give.
I contract. the
Yes.
muscle to keep it straight.
Yeah. It was the slightest bit. So the slightest bit of contraction in the knee that I noticed is where I stop and where I realize that's where we're going to start giving that push. So go ahead.
And I'm pushing with my quadricep, my hamstring.
I feel if we feel it starting to take over in other muscles though, we will reset. We'll wiggle it out. We'll shake it out. We'll breathe. There we go. And push.
Even then, I could feel it just a smidge.
And let go.
I know.
She's bad. Okay, so I'm going to put a hand here.
Thank you.
Yep. And push.
There it is.
2, 3, and let go. So a lot of putting your hand on muscle kind of cues it, kind of says, hey, we're the ones that's supposed to be taking over.
Yep.
Go ahead and push. 2, 3, and let go. That was better.
Yep.
That last one was a lot better. And then again, we're going to take it into these. Lets the muscle know we're done doing that. We're relaxing. We're coming out of it. We're seeing how mobile we are here. Always keeping a hand on ankle, generally keeping a hand somewhere along here to support. Whether that support's gonna come from under or above, it really just depends on you and your preference and where you feel like you can handle it. You don't wanna feel like the leg is gonna drop or that you're gonna let it go. And we're gonna come straight up. Where are we tummy contracting. I know. I was like, well, oh, like right here
Yeah.
is where I start to feel. Okay.
Same.
So it's a lot of checking in. It's communication. It's checking in with your client. It's where's their comfortability level, but also you and your touch and feeling where it is.
So I have some rapid fire questions for you, Ashley. And so just try your best to short answer all of these questions. Are you ready?
No.
Yes, no? Yeah, that's my answer to everything. Can stretching alone fix the pain?
No.
Muscle tightness, common or not?
Very common. Exclamation point.
Can assisted stretching improve performance?
Yes.
Are you supposed to breathe a certain way when you're stretching?
Yes.
Can assisted stretching help prevent injuries?
Absolutely.
That's all your questions. You did so well.
I wanted to be like, that first one made my eye twitch. I just want to go into it more, but nope.
You did good.
So, I mean, can you go into it like a 60-second response to
Maybe. Ask my question again.
can stretching alone fix pain?
No, because for me, in my personal opinion, I really feel like everything is an individual modality and you need them all together. You can't just do stretching. You can't just do exercising without stretching. You can't do warm up without exercise without stretching. There are certain modalities that they need to be together, and I don't think one thing is going to fix everything. Does that make sense?
Explain what modality is.
Different techniques, like for massage, a certain modality or certain different techniques and areas inside of massage. Same thing for assisted stretching, same thing for PT. You use different modalities or even different techniques or different tools and strategies for those modalities. And I don't think one thing can overcome all of them and take over all of them. They are all needed.
So if you have any questions about assisted stretching and would like to learn more, feel free to leave a comment below and we will definitely address that in our next session.
Most people don't realize how better they can feel after just one session of assisted stretching.
Something that does get overlooked is the importance of mobility. A favorite saying of mine is motion is lotion. Sometimes you just need a little bit of help getting